Hey YouTubers, and welcome to a special episode here on ESGNet of Pittsburgh Steelers franchise, Steeler Nation. This is episode 10, and normally here on Steeler Nation we talk about what is going on, or at least what has happened already in the prior weeks with the Steelers in games and what's going on around the league. But today's episode and the next couple of episodes, we're going to be this is going to be our scouting report. Now, normally I try to talk about scouting during the season, but I wanted to talk about scouting here and kind of have it by itself here, more focusing on the players and stuff towards the last part of the season. So between the episode 24 and episode 25 of the Pittsburgh Steelers franchise, these will be the episodes you guys will see here in the next couple of days, where we'll talk about players like Corey Gray, who has excellent tackling. Block shedding is not bad, but hit power needs a little bit of work. And there you see his combine numbers there. He has a really good combine number of 7.3, and definitely going to be, he'll probably be taken in the first round pretty much there. But if he's not, then he is definitely one of the guys that we are really want to try to go after. 304 pounds, 6'6", 23 years of age. Now, 23, normally here on Madden, if you're around that age of 23, 24 years old, there's kind of those guys that you kind of need to stay away with, because they're polished guys. They've played, all 4 years of college football. They're pretty polished, but their regression is going to go down pretty quickly. So, but he is definitely one guy that we are going to be try to look at here. Now, if you got a guy like him, Demarcus Eden, he is defensive end, left end, 303 pounds, 6'5", went to Penn State, and great numbers there you see in his combine numbers. And it B's across the board here. So this is definitely one guy, definitely a guy I would go after with no questions asked. And wouldn't have no problems with at all. Projected late first round, so right there where we're going to be at late first round. Hopefully, we're trying our best here. We're actually going to try to get ourselves to be moved up somewhat in the draft. I've been looking at possible teams that we could trade with. They're somewhere in the top 10, maybe even in the top 15 that we can work with about trades. Because I am working on a couple of players that I think that we could, with contract wise, it would help us out in the long run, and so we can get moved up in the order there in the draft. Try to at least get try to get a second rounder or early second round draft pick there. You see Demar Shorts the third, great tackle, block shedding also not too bad. And his power moves, it kind of needs some little work on there. But definitely one of those guys right there, just early second round kind of guy. And this would actually be really nice if we get him, if we could get that draft pick there and get an early second round pick. By giving up, maybe give our first round to get a second round pick at the beginning, and then get one at the end there. That would be really nice, because this is one guy that we could definitely go after. Like I said, our draft this season will be really focusing on the defensive side of the ball. That's where we need it the most, really, in our D-line, and not to mention our corners and safeties. There you see Woodson. There you see 303 pounds, 6'4", 23 years of age, and again, 23. He's really polished player. He knows what to do on the field. He's been in a lot of those situations that, got some experience on his body and stuff. So 3-4 run stop there type. Hit power A-, B+, power move, and tackle is a B. So he's definitely definitely a guy that if he's out there that late second round there, that towards the bottom. Towards the bottom third of the draft there, we definitely would go after. Now, like I said, second, you gotta try to draft what you think where you where you think you're going to be at. So I know for a fact that since we won the Super Bowl, we'll be, one of the last, get the last picks there. But you want to kind of just, the position wise, you want to kind of draft or at least scout everybody, because you never know. You might find that rare diamond in the rough there that could, be, he might be be projected as for or fifth round, and he could be the most dominant player in the league. So Miles McGuffey, there you see power B plus, tackle B, and hit power B. So he's definitely a guy that wherever, no matter where I'm at on the draft board, I would, if he was on the draft there or on the draft board still there, I would definitely go after him. We got a Mark Garland, a K-State grad, 24 years of age, balance 4'3", 6'3", his height, and 289 for his weight. Power moves there, B plus, pursuit B, and hit power B minus. So again, projected undrafted, but then talent wise is undrafted, but early fourth round kind of guy. And this is what I'm talking about. These are the diamond in the rough there that if you work with those kind of guys, they are guys that you can focus in on when you're working out with them and stuff like that. They could be, definitely be your cornerstone of your ball club, especially on the defensive side, on that defensive line there. And that's, like I said, that's what we need right now, because we are going to be going to a 4-3 this season here. And he is definitely a guy that we could really use there to help us out when it does come to the run. And of course, that's the thing I love to do in games, is really to just really jam up the run. There you see Trey Pino, left left end there, with the he went to the University of Maine, 24 years of age, 6'3", 313, run stopper there, 4'3" run stopper. Tackle B plus, tackles B, hit powers B, and C plus for block shedding. Now, he's not that great coming off the line there, I can tell. So he may have a little trouble of, when the ball's snapped, trying to, just get around the blockers there. He would definitely probably be a guy that wouldn't be too good at being double teamed there. So this guy right here, fifth round, true fifth round talent, late fifth round talent, but they project him in the mid fourth round. There, I would definitely say he probably would be a late fourth, at least in my opinion, he probably would be a late fourth round guy, early maybe fifth round there. Jeffrey Smalls there, 24 years of age, again, polished guy. He's had a lot of experience on the field there in college. Went to the University of Wisconsin. 295 pounds, 6'6", and he's a 3-4 run stop there. And he, again, B plus, some power move, tackle B, and block shedding B. So he's a little bit better at busting through the line there. He can definitely wrap up a guy if he needs to be. And then take a look at power moves right there. He just definitely can just have a pretty good fight there on the line there to get around guys there. I was told, or I looked around on a lot of these different websites here about how you can rank the B minus and B ratings, and you would make it think of it like how you were in school. A plus would be your upper 90s, and then your A would be your mid 90s, and then A minus would be your lower 90s. So kind of break it down like that when you're kind of looking at these different attributes for different players. So like Tyler Bragg there, right end, B plus, power move, block shedding B, and tackle B. So pretty decent round, all around guy. You see 285 pounds, 6'6", 22 years of age, and USC, and his type is a 3-4 vertical. So definitely a well-rounded type of player who can get himself around there. And I would say somewhere, I think he would probably be a mid 80s guy, probably 85, 84 overall there. Craig Carey, right end also. 241, 6'3", 6'3", 21 years of age. Went to University of Auburn, and there you see a speed rush type of player. And we'll see finesse moves. There you see B plus, C tackle, or C plus tackle, and C plus pursuit. So they say early third round here. And again, not the best attributes there, because you're not gonna get the same 3 every single time when you do the draft and whatnot. But look at some of the numbers there in his combine there. Yeah, I mean, he has pretty good numbers there. So it looks like he can break through the line pretty good. Especially with his finesse moves there. But trying to grab somebody and take him down, he would probably be one of those guys that would be involved in gang tackling there when it comes to snatching the guy from the back, half back from the back or something like that. So that's something he'll have to work on if we were drafting him. Houston Petraris there, 302, 6'6", 24 years of age, University of Kansas. Hey, there you go. 3'4", run stopper there. B- on the tackling, B- on the block shedding, and C+ on the hit power. So not the guy we would say that we would really go after, but definitely a guy we would scout here, like we have been, and overall. I would say he's probably a lower 80s, probably maybe somewhere around a 78 overall. And then he would be a part of the ball club here. His combine numbers are not that great, as you see there. It's from his combine report, but he would definitely be one of those guys that would be helped. We could probably develop here. He would probably have a normal development, but with a little time there, I think he would be a great. He would definitely be able to rip through the line there and get to the quarterback if we needed him to, with his power, with his finesse and his block shedding there. Ransom, there you see right tackle, or excuse me, right. I say right tackle, right end. 247, 6'3", 22 years of age, Utah, and speed rusher there. Believe great finesse moves there, lower 80s, probably around about an 82, 83. Tackle not so great, and same thing with hit power there. So he can get off, he could finesse to get himself around the line there. But again, when wrapping up or really putting a hit on a player, the opposition there, if I can say that correctly, he wouldn't do too much good for us there. So you see 6th round talent, and that's where they project him, early 6th round there. So we'll have to see. He does have that good 40-yard dash, so that is definitely a keeper there. But other than that, we probably would not have any too much to deal with him. And then finally, last one is right end, Justin Russell from the University of Kansas State, 23 years of age, 6'6", 286 pounds, 4'3", run stopper there. Great tackle, great hit power, but the block shedding right there, the block shedding is the one that's keeping him down. And honestly, if that block shedding was a B-, I think he would probably easily be from a late 7th rounder. He would be probably a late 4th rounder there if that block shedding was up. So we wouldn't get too much from him when it comes to block shedding. He would definitely be able to hit a guy if need be, and definitely get a hold if he had a hold of him. He definitely would be able to take him down. But again, that would be a guy probably somewhere around there, probably around I would say probably around the 80s, 79, 78, something like that overall. And so that's what we'll be looking at. All right, so that right there takes a look. That's the first part here, or at least the first video here in Spirit Nation talking about scouting report. The next video will probably, I believe, is defensive. We'll continue being on the defensive line there, and it'll be the defensive tackle. So we'll see the inside guys there. A couple of nose tackles there that we could see who we're going to look at. But we, like I said, we're not going to go to have a nose tackle this season because we are going to go to a 4-3. So we're going to see what we can bring to the table here when it comes to drafting a defensive tackle, if we can bring in another one here for our ball club. So there you see, wrapping up this video. That is it for me as we continue on the off season here. And like I said, episode 11 will be more scouting here, I believe, from the defensive tackle position. We'll look at that and see how that goes for us. So if you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like. Also, don't forget to hit that subscription button for more Pittsburgh Steelers franchise here on ESGNet. You guys can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr. The links are going to be down below in the description. Check us out there for the latest information on what's going on with the channel and what's going on overall in the world of sports here. As we're in the middle of March Madness, I can't believe it already. So it's been kind of crazy. My bracket is definitely busted all over. I don't know how about you guys, but mine's is not too good. So thank you guys for watching, and as always, keep yourselves healthy, and I will see you guys next time.